Welcome back. You'd be hard-pressed to find a member of Chicago's business community that isn't calling attention to Mayor Johnson's proposed $16.7 billion city budget that calls for big new tax hikes. The most controversial of those is the employee head tax, which would charge companies with more than 100 workers $21 per employee per month as a tax to do business in Chicago. The mayor says it's essential to keep investments that have helped bring down Chicago's crime rate. But business leaders say the mayor is not doing enough to cut city government down to size. And joining us now is Robert Boyk on behalf of the Civic Committee of the Commercial Club of Chicago. Robert Boyk, thanks for talking to us. So the head tax here, this is the one that businesses are really upset by. Tell us why you believe the mayor should abandon this proposal.
The head tax is a job killer. It essentially, in Chicago, between 2013 and 2023, we lost population. And what people have to realize is we're in a competition for business with other major cities around the country and around the world. And two cities that are nipping at our heels are Houston and Dallas. They had 18% growth in population compared to Chicago's negative growth. And so we feel that growth is really the answer to sustaining and coming in with a sound budget and a structural budget in the long term. It requires growth. And so we feel very strongly that growth has to be our strategy to have sound finances. And today we don't have sound finances. The mayor's budget is essentially incomplete. He proposed it with revenue ideas that in some cases are wishful thinking. And, it's hard to not look at this budget and see that the administration has a lot more work to do. But the job tax is just that. It's a tax on jobs, which is bad for growth in the long run in Chicago, which is really our answer.
And at the same time, Robert, the mayor is saying, well, big corporations that are doing pretty well, they should put some more skin in the game, especially considering all the investments that are needed to help bring that crime rate down and keep up the success the city has seen over the last year.
Well, that's exactly why the Civic Committee of the Commercial Club has a public safety task force. We believe that business needs to be in the game of public safety. And throughout the course of the last 2 years, we've been out raising dollars to contribute to public safety initiatives in the city. To date, we've raised over $151 million toward public safety. Some of that is community violence intervention. Some of that is for a jobs initiative that is focused on the South and West Side. Some of that is for traditional law enforcement infrastructure, like assisting the Chicago Police Department. And so those investments, those dollars that we've been able to raise, we are reinvesting in the public safety ecosystem in Chicago. So we agree the business needs to be engaged in public safety, but taxing jobs as a way to do that is the wrong way to go.
And that's right. I remember when all these business and civic leaders launched this fund, $151 million. Is that money being dispersed right now?
It is. So the first $100 million was specific for community violence intervention initiatives across the South and West Side of Chicago. That money is being dispersed as we speak. We've raised another $24 million for workforce development, and we are in the early phases of standing up an initiative to hire individuals from across the South and West Side, which, by the way, requires jobs. And if those jobs are taxed, employers are going to be less likely to participate in that program. We continue to raise money for policing as well, which we feel has to be obviously the central part of the conversation around public safety in Chicago.
And of course, you know that very well because you come from the Chicago Police Department. And now you are with the Civic Committee of the Commercial Club of Chicago. Robert Boyk, thank you so much for talking with us.
Thanks for having me, Paris.
You bet. And when we come back, the lavish travel lifestyle of Chicago public school employees amid a budget crunch.